Welcome to the Desk Live at Transform. I'm Samara Jaffe, and I am here with Clayton Holz from Wisq. Welcome, Clayton. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for sitting down with me. Excited to have a conversation and kind of dive in a little bit more around what you're building at Wisq. But maybe before we do that, I thought we'd start with, so Transform 2026 theme is the human plus AI equation. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what does that mean?
Ooh, that's a big question. This is a time of incredible change, and I'm really kind of on the front edge of that, observing what's happening in the technology and when working. So I lead product development, work in product and design. I'm constantly questioning that on a daily basis. And I'm observing the fact that within the AI space, AI researchers, people like myself, are clinging to little bits of things that we say that we should own.
Yep.
And that as change happens in the models and in the industry, we're retreating from some of those stances. And in product and design, for example, a lot of people thought that AI wasn't going to be able to write code, it wasn't going to be able to make good product decisions, it wasn't going to be able to do the synthesis and the unique decision making and judgment and taste that product people have prided themselves in, and it can. And so I don't have a great answer for you now, but what I can say is that you need to be updating your priors very, very routinely, and you should be kind of trying things and observing and seeing for yourself and getting your own kind of taste rather than listening to others.
So Wisq, though, plays kind of at this intersection, right, of human and AI. So tell us a little bit about what you're building at Wisq.
Totally. We build the world's first AI HR generalist. So we've named her Harper. Harper can be renamed for your organization if you please.
Yep.
And Harper goes to work at your company to do work for your team and try to offload work from your team. So to that end, we put Harper in the places where people are already engaging with HR. So that looks like Slack and Teams and email, maybe your ticketing system. Harper learns your policies and learns from historical data to figure out how you do things. And then we'll start going to work. She'll start with the things that are maybe easy, cut and dry, clear, such as answering policy questions, kind of getting some of this repetitive and rote stuff off your plate.
Yep.
And then she'll bring opportunities for you that she notices to you and say, hey, I noticed people are asking about this. Would you like me to do that? Would you like me to help people with leave of absence intake? Would you like me to help with people with location changes? And then you have the opportunity to teach Harper to do those things. And then she can go start doing some of that work for you.
Wow.
To your previous point on, where is the human element?
Yep.
This is completely configurable to the taste and particularities of the customer. What we find is that we like to start with a human in the loop for everything. And we view that as a trust building exercise. That's to ensure that we understand and Harper understands the way that you would want service to be administered to your employees. And with a human in the loop and a review step. And then if you find that Harper is doing a great job over a long period of time, then you can optionally remove that step.
Got it. What are the most common use cases that you see organizations leveraging Harper?
Yeah, it's been really interesting. I thought that I would see more commonality. Transparently, I'm finding that HR within different enterprises is idiosyncratic, and the things that people are really spending a lot of time on is very unique to each organization. So one organization, it will be job changes. That's a big class of things. So moving people from business location A to business location B, dealing with comp changes, et cetera. At another organization, it's all about contractors, contractor renewals, contractor onboarding, offboarding, et cetera.
Okay.
At another organization, it's all about disciplinary action and kind of attendance and infractions. So the beauty of what we're trying to do with Harper is that Harper doesn't come with an out-of-the-box opinion as to how the specific things you need to use her for. We try to deploy her to the things that make the most sense for your organization.
What are some of the metrics for success that organizations apply as they think about the product?
Yeah, we think about 3 dimensions of care, cost, and compliance. So starting in the reverse order, we look at consistency. AI models are unlike software that came before them, and that they're probabilistic, and so they do things inconsistently. That's part of the expressiveness and beauty of them. But in the world of HR, that's not what you want. You don't want inconsistency, you want consistency. And so we do a lot of work to ensure that what we're delivering to employees is consistent, accurate, and aligned. And so we try to measure that. So given the exact same interaction, not 2 times, but 200 times, how consistently are we able to handle this across different business units and geographies and different types of people. In cost, we look at basically the amount of work that Harper is able to do for your organization.
Yep.
If you have a system in place, we can look at the amount of work that's been deflected. Sometimes that's hard to do. And AI also affords the ability to do work that you weren't able to do before. And so that's not necessarily time saved, it's time augmented.
Yep.
So we have ways of trying to measure that. And then care, we do measure employee satisfaction and experience. I mean, one of the things that we see is that Harper can answer within a minute or 30 seconds.
Nice.
And if somebody's having an issue at Friday at 9 p.m. inside of a factory, they may not be getting help anytime soon.
Yep.
And so we take that very seriously.
I love that. Just this future of kind of additional support and workers. You mentioned it's an HR. You described it, I think, in the beginning as an HR generalist.
Yep.
Have you seen use cases where it plays kind of more of an HR BP role?
Yeah. So full transparency, we started as a coaching product. Our founding team has experience in coaching with different coaching products. We believe very deeply in human-to-human coaching and the power of business partnership and HR business partner. And so we started very early in the AI, timeline on building an AI coach. And we found a couple things with that experience. One is that there are still things that we can get AI to say what a human might say,
right,
but that is actually insufficient. That's not actually all that a coach or a business partner is delivering.
Right.
And that the hard truths and the challenging moments that a good business partner would be able to engage the leader or an employee.
Yep.
When mediated through a chatbot, you just close the tab. You don't want to deal with this. You're not going to go back and engage, and you're not going to sit in some of the change and difficulty
right.
with an AI chatbot. So there are certainly things that we do to try to augment and take work off of business partners' plates.
Yep.
Oftentimes we find business partners are spending a lot of time on really simple transactional stuff, helping with leave requests as an example.
Yep.
And that's not really the strategic coaching,
right.
partnering that they want
Yep.
to be doing.
Yep.
But we are not seeking to replace business partners actually right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What else, as you think about your roadmap, I guess, any previews you can give us on what's on the horizon?
So the case management world in HR is a peculiar one. Oftentimes, HR teams work out of inboxes, which can be very, very messy, and these inboxes, grow really messy, and so they want a ticketing system. They pick up some IT ticketing system, and then they are often somewhat dissatisfied with that. I think there's a huge opportunity to do this in a totally different way in an AI world, where you're effectively delivering outcomes in work, and the ticketing system is a free side product that you get to track work and have a place for humans to do work. Another big focus for us is frontline workforces. Frontline workforces, I think, are often underserved both by technology and by HR.
Yep.
And we're seeing that there's just a huge opportunity to reach them in a way that wasn't there, there wasn't before. They may not have the ability to sign into an app,
Yep.
much less talk to ChatGPT or a corporate Claude account. However, Harper can engage them through a text message or a phone call.
Oh,
and
nice.
so there's some I think, really interesting opportunities for us to support that population. And then I think the third part for us is the agent ecosystem. We're a player within a broader HR tech ecosystem. And for a long time, we've used these kind of big, monolithic, clunky products that I won't name, but that are agglomerations of many different things, and they don't work very well together. You can very clearly see the seams and all the different parts. And I can see a new generation of agentic HR products that I want to work together in a fruitful way, and I think that can be done in this new world.
Well, on that note, sadly, we are out of time, but thank you so much for joining us. This has been another edition of The Desk Live at Transform.